Return now to SCN for some breaking news. I'm your host and lead anchor, Jerry Garcia. Only a couple hours have gone by since the child recipients of the Dilly Dunkers coins went into the ice cream Satisfactory, and already one has returned. Joe Pistachio is on site outside of the factory with this breaking story. Joe.
That's right, Jerry. Only moments ago, a giant batch of rolled ice cream was brought out by a few factory staff members and unrolled right in front of us to reveal little Philip Dipples, nearly frozen inside. We tried to talk to the boy, but he was far too cold and sticky to respond. The ambulances have taken him to Sorbet City Hospital, but we're here with his grandmother, Delilah Dipples, to get a statement from her. Delilah, what do you have to say about Philip Dipples' obvious dismissal from the competition?
Well, all I can say is that the second that ice cream man comes out of that facility, I'm going to be slamming him with a big fat lawsuit. I'll sue him for everything he's worth, for whatever happened to my little Philip, so long as my lawyers are all done with the conservatorship papers they're working on.
I'm sorry, what was that last part?
Oh, I meant, nothing. I better get down to the hospital and make sure little Philip is okay. Or if I'm going to be claiming on that life insurance I filed for him.
Well, I can only hope that things happening inside the facility are less weird than those happening outside of it. Back to you, Jerry.
All right, welcome back to another episode of our Kids on Bikes one-shot campaign titled Dilly Dunkers Ice Cream Satisfactory. This is episode 3. On my right, we've got Cameron here. He is playing Julian Pardner. There we go.
Pardner.
Directly ahead of me, we got Ben Scaturo, and he is playing Kieran O'Mulligan. And on my left, we got Bart Miller, who's playing Philip Dipple. Oh, not anymore. Sorry.
Formerly.
Formerly
the player.
Formerly Philip Dipple, now taking over Hogan Dose. Did you change it?
No, I just umlauted it up.
You umlauted it up. Very fancy.
And wrote down that he has extra lederhosen in his backpack.
Good.
I love it. Perfect.
Just in
use
case.
that. That's right. Where last we left off, you guys had just taken on the track. It was sort of like Rainbow Road and Mario Kart, and you guys had a lot of fun with that, but nobody was knocked off the track entirely, although Donna, our one remaining NPC, was able to shoot ahead of all of you and place in first. What that means in the future, we'll find out. Or if it means anything, who knows? Whatever the case, you guys are being led into the next room by Dilly Dunker himself. And you walk in, it seems like a very boring room, almost like a waiting room in a sense. And there's a large TV screen that sits in this room. And on it appears a various series of silhouettes. And Dilly says, next up, we've got a little bit of a situation that I've been trying to figure out how the heck to deal with that's in the sort of next room here. And it'd just be great if I could get your guys' creative help and ideas on how to deal with this. See, we saw the popularity of the Pokemon thing that everybody was really all hyped out about internationally, and the whole like monster battling and game and everything like that. And we decided that we would try to make a special ice cream treat that sort of mimicked the idea where you could play with like actual living ice cream creatures. And then whenever that ice cream creature lost a battle, it would just turn into normal ice cream and you could eat it. So it's not like freaky or disturbing or anything like that. Well, we created them and it worked, but the problem is that they came out a bit more aggressive than expected. And we're still reworking that formula, but whatever the case, we've been kind of left with the monsters that we've made so far. And like I said, I need some help dealing with them. So on the screen, you're going to see some silhouettes of some of these creatures, and I'm going to send you in to go deal with them, and you guys pick which one you want to deal with. And on the screen, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 different characters. I want you guys, one of them, come up with a fictional cartoon character that's based off of one in real life. I don't know, like a parody of one in real life. Doesn't matter what it comes from. It could be anything.
Sonic.
It's just a parody of Sonic.
It's Sanic.
It's Sanic. Okay, I like that. That's quick and easy. What differs Sanic from Sonic? What is he? He's not a hedgehog. He's
a purple hamster.
a purple hamster. Okay, I like it. All right, we'll roll with that. Okay.
And his name is Domino.
Okay.
Dominoes.
Not Sanic.
No.
It's Domino's.
Dominoes.
Okay, sounds good.
And also Domino's pizza doesn't exist in this world. Just Domino's.
Yeah, the Nard doesn't exist in this world.
Yeah.
All right, so
you guys got Domino's, the really fast hamster.
So you see a series of silhouettes. One of them is a sort of a taco-shaped body. And then you see some like ligaments that are coming out of it. It's very like low to the ground, whatever this creature is, right? The second one, it kind of looks like a cow, but it has these giant sort of rabbit-like ears. The third one, the silhouette seems to suggest it's sort of like some sort of flying creature that's in sort of an oblong, rounded, square shape with a long, what looks like almost like a tail or maybe an antenna that's coming off of it. And then lastly, you see what you could swear is a silhouette of Domino, the purple hamster from the cartoon series. And he says, well, there's your 4. Feel free to pick whichever one you want. Deal with it in the next room. And I don't know, maybe I'll use whatever techniques you use to deal with it to deal with the rest of them.
Is it 1-on-1 and are they edible?
It's actually, I'll just throw all of you guys in there. It'd probably be a little bit easier. But if you defeat it, it'll become regular and edible. So yeah, absolutely.
Is there any ice cream in this room?
No.
Oh.
But there's ice cream in the next room if you can defeat the monster. Because it becomes ice cream.
Sure.
Can you describe the cube one?
So it's not a cube. It's actually a flat, just square shape. But otherwise, it's got a very flat body. And it, like I said, it has some sort of either long tail or possibly a antenna of some kind. You're not sure because it's just a silhouette.
Could be a whip-like flagella.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Is there a door?
Well, there is, but you guys got to pick one of these first.
There's no way to armor ourselves.
We can just
nothing in this room.
Not in this room, but I did leave some stuff in the other room for you.
The room they're in?
Yeah, you'll go in there, and then you'll armor up, and then we'll release the beast in there, and then you guys take care of it.
That pizza box with the tail doesn't sound that scary.
Yeah, sure. I mean, anything's easier than Domino. He's fast.
So one was like that taco shell one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
So you got the taco shell one, the seemingly the one with the bunny ears, and then you've got the square one.
I'll take the bunny ears one.
Well, you guys are all
go together.
Together. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, you're right. Domino is way too fast.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've seen the TV show and watching it with my sister. Way too fast.
Well, if we could do the bunny-eared one, we each grab a bunny ear. We could wrangle it. You know?
All right. One person.
It's just
grabs,
like handles, really.
Yeah, they're just long handles. I'm pretty sure that taco one might be Croco Choco.
Oh yeah.
So that's a crocodile. We are not.
Do crocodiles like bananas?
Are you asking?
Yeah.
Dilly?
No, sure. I don't care who I'm
He
asking.
just openly asked.
He's just asking.
I think they like.
I never thought about it before.
Because I got bananas.
Oh, I suppose it's
I
possible.
still. And
you
he still has the banana split item from the last thing, and he's
yeah.
still wearing his captain's hat.
Yeah.
Well, let's try the bunny first.
Yeah. Let's.
We only had to do one.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, just one overall?
Yeah.
Then let's do the bunny one. I guess.
Sure.
Well, bunnies are also pretty fast.
But bunnies are nice.
But he said they're aggressive.
Well, maybe not if they have bananas.
Oh god.
All right, let's send you in to deal with the bunny then. And he opens up the door, and inside you see sort of like a little stadium space. And you look up, and in the stands you see a bunch of the Scoop Troop that are all just in there like, woo, 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 woo. They're all like cheering like this is some kind of gladiator thing or something. Against the wall, you can see there's a variety of different ice cream armory type items. You see popsicles, pop scythes, pop swords, pop shields, etc. Pop spears. It's all just a play off of the concept of popsicles. Yeah. So if there's anything in particular that you want to gear up with, please tell me what it is.
Shield.
Definitely a shield.
All right.
Are we trying to kill it or subdue it?
I mean, the best defense is a good defense, so I mean...
Is there any carrots?
No.
No pop carrots?
No
Wait a
pop
second.
carrots, sorry. It's all just weapons.
So they're
or-
all popsicles, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab the pops. Is there like a pop staff or a pop spear?
Sure.
Is there a popsicle?
Yeah, there's just like a regular... There's a handful of
What
just regular
color are
popsicles.
What color are the
cool.
popsicles?
They all have kind of like that light blue, almost like a blue raspberry.
Okay. Are there any orange popsicles?
They're all light blue.
They're all
Like
light.
everything in here is just the light blue color.
I'll go with the popsicle scythe because that sounds epic.
That does sound pretty
The
epic.
pop scythe? Yeah, that sounds epic.
You pick it up, it's just so it's the wooden popsicle stick, but then at the end of it, it's like a sharpened,
Oh. That's sick.
yeah, popsicle, frozen pop, yeah. All right, and then you guys are both grabbing shields.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're gonna take. I'm not gonna pull like the old like it's a
grab-
two-handed, one-handed,
I
but at the
grab
same
a
time.
box of popsicles.
Okay.
Just like
What
a regular,
regular
popsicle
regular case.
weapon has the most popsicle on it?
Probably the pop sword.
Pop sword?
The majority of that. I mean, it's really just the hilt that's like the wooden popsicle stick, and then the rest of it's just the popsicle.
I'm going to grab a regular popsicle and then the pop sword.
Okay. I mean, the regular popsicles, just to emphasize, they're literally like a regular. I just
know.
reached in my. Okay, all right, just to clarify. All right, sounds good. As you guys take, let's see, Donna, she picks up a couple of pop daggers.
Nice.
She's got one in each hand, and she's like, "What are we even doing with these? This doesn't even make any sense. We're gonna have to like kill something with that. I don't do that. That's not my area. I don't fight." And then as she's like just sitting there whining and complaining, all of a sudden the door lifts. It's like a big garage door kind of, and it just lifts up, and all of a sudden out hops this giant black and white rabbit. It has it is laden with milk. You actually recognize this giant rabbit. Its whole head, or sometimes even its body or whatever, is featured on containers of the milk or the ice cream known as Rabbit Trail flavored ice cream that comes from Dilly Dunker's company, of course. Whatever the case, it looks as angry as a rabbit possibly can look, and it comes hopping in, and as it hits the ground, it's so heavy that you feel everything shake around you. And that is what you are presented with to fight. What are you all doing?
Okay. How about 3 people go and try to, like, get around it, try to, I don't know, maybe divert its attention a few different ways. And I'm going to sit back here and start whittling one of the popsicles with my multi-tool
Okay.
into the shape of a carrot.
Okay, interesting. All right.
How big are we talking? Like
Oh, yeah, that's a great question.
county
that
fair,
is- that
prize
is-
pig, Volkswagen? How big is big?
Elephant size.
Oh my! Oh,
That's a big rabbit.
It's a
Yeah.
big
Never
rabbit.
mind. I don't think there's more than enough popsicle to do that.
I'm gonna move to flank.
Flank, all right. And towards
Get
the back.
behind it.
All right.
I'm going to hold up my bananas as I walk towards it. and go,
A-N-A-N-A-S.
Hey, Mr. Rabbit, you like bananas?
Do a charm.
You like bananas? I'm just going to be holding out bananas to him.
Right.
That is a 6.
All right.
Dang, you have all those adversity
And
tokens
another one.
built
Oh,
up.
yep, that's right. So as you walk towards it, holding up this banana into the air, it sort of takes a little bit of a cautionary step back, and then it lurches forward and just slams into you with its head and sends you flying backwards.
Oh, that's what the shield's for.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely damaging. There's not really damage in
Yeah.
the system. It's more of like how
I just-
badly do you fail or how often do you fail.
Yeah.
Hence, as we saw from Philip.
I just fell
unfortunately.
to the side.
Okay.
Go, I don't think he likes bananas.
All right, sounds good. And then what were you, Kieran? What were you doing?
Because that thing is so big, the popsicle idea it won't work.
Oh, okay.
You're
You're like whittling away, and then all
and
of a
then
sudden
you just see the. I'm gonna just try to approach it from the side
Okay.
as it's hitting him. Just be like,
Okay. Are you attacking?
no. What I'm going to do, I just have the shield out right now. The sword is either over the back or on the hip.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to get as close as I can. I'm gonna try to touch it.
Oh. Okay.
And just start scratching its back leg.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I mean, to some extent, that would also, in my mind, be a charm, probably, because you're trying.
Yeah.
I assume you're trying to get like its.
I'm trying to see what'll happen.
Sure.
But yeah, okay. Wow, I love my D4 in charm. 1.
1.
Uno.
All right. It feels you touch it. One of its legs kind of comes out and just starts to kick at you. At first you think, oh, it's enjoying it, and then all of a sudden the kick starts to move towards you, and you have to dodge out of the way as it goes to kick towards you. Hogan, you're flanking it. You're heading towards the back. What are you going to do from there?
The opening appears attack.
All right, go for it. Do me a fight.
20.
Oh!
So you have
Out of
just
20.
exploded your dice. So you get
20.
to roll again.
Oh boy.
20.
Oh! All right, you exploded again. Keep going.
Keep going.
I'll reroll that.
Cock dice.
11. Total
11.
is 51.
That would've been hilarious.
That's like a
Plus 1, 52.
That's
52 attack.
Rabbit
With a
is-
popsicle sack
With a-
from the back.
Wow, that rabbit dead.
All right.
Double nat
What
20s.
did you just do?
Holy cow. All right. Attackers' roll is greater than 10 or more. It says narrative control. The attacker has full control over the narrative.
Oh.
They explain what the defender does in response to the attack and how ineffective this response is. Describe this scene as you attack it from behind.
I'm
What are you
ready to hear
doing?
this.
Man, that's a much shorter than I was expecting.
Oh!
All right, so with an epic swipe across its hindquarter, I open up a large wound that immediately begins seeping a bunch of sweetened condensed milk everywhere.
Oh, okay.
But it is not quite dead yet, and
That's
it's
right.
going to make a heroic last attack of some kind.
All right, the rabbit.
Hits
So,
Donna. for
I only
no
know of
reason
like
in particular.
one sound.
Yeah, it's Donna for no reason.
I know of only one sound that rabbits make, and it's a horrible, shrill, shrieking sound that it lets out as its back hindquarters have been sliced open, and it rushes forward, starts hopping forward, kind of just blindly, and slams into Donna, who's just kind of standing there trying to stay away from it. The second it came out, she was like, ew, that thing's gross. And then, of course, it comes leaping towards her after Hogan slashes it in the back and slams into Donna. Donna goes down. Hogan, you come running up from behind, following after it, having slashed it in the back. What are you doing to finish it off?
It feels appropriate since I have a scythe of decapitation.
All right, sounds good. You go leaping onto its back, it trying to get at you, but has, it doesn't really have ligaments that can reach around or whatever the case. You leap into the air and come down, slicing the head off of this rabbit. As you separate its head from its body, it all starts to sort of melt into a sort of sweet cream ice cream treat. And it's just a big pile of ice cream now. And you hear, over kind of like a little microphone, you hear Dilly Dunkers on the other end say, "Well, that was a lot faster than I was expecting. But kudos to you guys. You really knocked that bugger down." And as he says this, a door opens up, allowing you guys to go into the next room. I was not expecting somebody to roll a 52.
Yeah, that's.
You can never expect anything with exploding dice.
That's right, you can't. Goodness, double 20. You know what? Well worth it, though. Holy cow.
That was
somebody run the
incredible.
calculations of like how unlikely that is. Bart, you do math.
It's 1 in 400.
1 in 400. Holy cow. Wow. Look at what we just did. All right, fantastic. So you guys make it into the next room. Donna picking herself up off the ground in a fairly beat up state, but manages to hobble her way into the next room with you guys. Dilly Dunkers leads you. It kind of just empties back into that waiting room. He congratulates all of you. Wow, that was, again, really well done. A lot faster than myself or the Scoop Troop has been able to handle any of these kind of creatures. Gotta say, I'd be putting the company in pretty good hands with Hogan here. That was pretty impressive. But that's not how decisions are made here. Again, well done, Hogan. I saw how well you did. The rest of you guys, good job as well. All right, on to the next and final room, actually, before we kind of go into our final little section here. And you guys present me with the amazing ice cream treats you've been coming up with this whole time? Yes. All right, fantastic. All right, next room. You guys go into the next room. Once again, you're greeted by the sight of a lot of different the conveyor belts and machines, but this time instead of like big machines that are kind of like doing the action to like process whatever the ice cream treat is or whatever the case, you see a whole bunch of robots that are in this room. Specifically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 robots scattered about this room. You see them doing a whole variety of different tasks as things come down the conveyor belt. They're picking up ice cream cones and dipping them into chocolate, or they're pulling a lever that fills up like a container of ice cream and slapping a lid on it and putting it back on the conveyor belt. Very just like basic, boring, tedious kind of tasks. And Dilly Dunkers, as he's walking through, or there's sort of like a safety area like you see in a lot of like warehouses or industrial areas where they kind of have like that line that like once you pass that line you're in the danger zone or whatever, right? Or you shouldn't be here without a hard hat. He's keeping you within the safety line. And he says, so over here we've sort of created what we call the dipping bots. The dipping bots are here to do basically all of the more tedious tasks that, the scoop troop could be better set doing other things that are a little bit smarter, obviously, and things like that. So they do a lot of the harvesting and some of the other more complex tasks, but we needed somebody to do the very basic, simple, tedious tasks, and that's what they do here. It's actually a pretty recent development, believe it or not. I only recently came up with the AI system that could help program these creatures, but the problem is it's a little bit on the fritz lately. And just as he says that, you see a couple of the bots start like taking out huge cones and they're just dipping them and dipping them and dipping them, just the same ones. And then all of a sudden they take them out and they just start throwing them around the room and swinging chocolate sauce in every direction. And he says, yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm talking about. If you guys could figure out what's wrong with them and hopefully reprogram them, you'll have to step into the danger zone, the non-safe place. So grab yourselves a hot hat before you do that. Apparently, when I have people here, they have to follow the OSHA regulations. But whatever
they should.
Yeah. And but whatever the case, just be careful because these things can get quite violent, as they've shown before. So, have at it. And you are presented with the situation where you've got a variety of 7 glitchy robots scattered throughout the room that are starting to cause some mayhem, and you got to figure out how to fix them.
Is there a control panel anywhere?
Actually, you do see that there is a little room. There's some like stairs at the far end of the room. Stairs lead up, and there's like kind of a control room up in that area.
Okay, I'm gonna put a hard hat on and head that way.
All right.
Are you gonna turn them off and count to 5 and turn them back on again?
No, not to 5. We're doing the router setting, so it's 15.
Okay.
All right. As you are making your way across there, one of the robots. So the robots, similarly to Pokemon, they only say their name, right? So one of them, he says,
"Yo, I'm Mr. Fruitastic."
And he starts to he has like a machine gun kind of built into his arm almost, and he just starts to fire frozen berries around the room like little bullets. How would you like to respond to this as he starts to fire in your direction?
I'm going to duck behind the nearest bit of machinery.
All right, sounds good. Roll me a flight.
Okay. 7.
A 7. All right, sounds good. You duck behind the machinery. Pew, 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 pew. A couple of these pieces of fruit scattering around you, but none of them hitting you. But currently, you're kind of like pinned down a little bit. Anybody else want to do anything?
You know, it is nice with all these haywire robots that they still respect the safety line.
That's true.
That is wild. They at least have that bit of programming
That's
in their
right.
AI to work.
Well done, Mr. Dunker.
Yeah, well, like I said, we do our best here.
Have you tried hitting one on the head?
I have not tried that.
Okay.
I haven't come into this room very much at all, to be honest with you.
I'm just going to grab a hard hat.
Okay.
Because that's like the only hard object I see near me. And I'm just going to chuck it at the nearest one and see if I can just hit it on the head.
Okay. Do you want to throw it at that one that is shooting at...
No.
No?
The closest one. I'm
closest
assuming
one.
that one's closer to him running.
Sure. No, that's fair. Yeah, there's one of them that is...
Looks like a clown. Yeah, I threw it at that one.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, there's one of them that's literally, he's just got a box of sprinkles, and he's just going, and he's just throwing sprinkles in every direction. So you throw your hard hat at him, roll me a fight.
5.
5. Okay. Yeah. Boom! It hits him on the head, and he starts to kind of spin around, and now sprinkles are flying in every direction.
Cool.
It's sort of like where he's separated at his torso, so his torso is just spinning around while his legs are just still planted in place. Your friend is still being shot at by.
Well, I tried all I
things.
could.
Yeah.
Any ideas, Hogan?
I'll get a hard hat and make a break for the control room.
Okay,
as well.
sounds good. The Sprinkle Bot, the same one that just got hit by the hard hat, sees you making your way for the control room and starts to. He turns the box up onto himself, and his mouth like opens up, and sprinkles start going in, and then he just turns towards you and goes, and a like vomit line of sprinkles comes flying your way. What are you doing?
Initiate laser dodging.
Laser dodging. All right, sounds good.
Sounds like something from a video game.
It does. It does. Roll me a flight.
7 of 10.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I was gonna say you dodge and sort of slide out of the way, and as you slide, you realize that you are sliding currently on a layer of sherbet, and as you look ahead of you, you see that there is a one of the robots is like kind of layering the floor in sherbet, and then he starts to kind of like he has like another one of those spades like from the Cold Stone, and he's like using it like a brick. What do you call that?
Trowel?
Trowel, yes. He's using it like a trowel, and he's like building almost like a big wall of sherbet that you're kind of careening towards, like a slip and slide.
I'll go hard hat first and do it.
Okay, yeah, you just plow through. Do me a grit.
6.
All right, sounds good. You slam into it. Kind of hurts your head a little bit just from the impact, but I mean you're okay. It doesn't like break through though. But you are actually quite a bit closer to the control room.
I'm gonna make a dart.
Okay, sounds good. Do probably a flight again.
Yeah.
As he's continuing to fire at you.
2.
All right. So you stand up and immediately get pelted by these hard ice cream chunks or frozen fruit chunks.
I'm gonna keep pushing through it.
All right, you pushing through it. All right, sounds good. It's slow progress, and you're taking a lot of damage as you do. Do a grit to try to like just push through.
3.
A 3. It's slow progress, and you are feeling. I mean, you're getting welts all over your body as you're just taking damage. What are you doing, Julian?
Oh, Mr. Duncan,
Yeah?
do you have any gizmos or gadgets on you? Like ice cream stuff? You got to have something.
I mean, I do, but this is more of like a you guys challenge. I was going to have you guys kind of solve it for me.
This is, well, if you give the gizmos to me, I'll solve it.
Well, I gave you guys an opportunity to get a nice little gizmo back in the gift shop. Do you have anything on you that you could use?
I got a checkerboard.
Oh.
I don't think they're in the mood to play a game of checkers with me.
Oh, you never know.
Okay, I guess you never know. Hi, Mr. Robot.
Which one are you approaching?
I'm not I'm
Oh,
just
you're
walking
shouting.
up to the end of the line. I'm just shouting at the closest one.
Okay.
And I pull up the checkerboard and I say, play me in checkers. Loser turns themselves off.
Are you talking to, I guess, Sprinklebot, since that was the one that I said was closest earlier, I suppose.
I guess so.
Do you want to do Charm?
Sure.
Okay.
14.
14. Okay, it turns and it just walks towards you and it just says,
Sprinkle lot. Sprinkle lot.
and it sits down across from you. It seems open to
I
the
pull
idea
up
of
the
playing
board
a
and
game
I
of
set it
checkers.
down and I get to playing some checkers.
All right, so I'm just going to have you do a brain
Do you
check.
want black or red, Sprinklebot?
Sprinkle lot.
Red it is. I'm gonna roll some brains. That's a 4.
Oh!
That's a 3. 7.
7. All right. You managed to you actually managed to best the robot in a game of checkers.
I guess I should have been playing robots this whole time.
Thankfully, they're glitchy, so obviously the AI
they're
isn't
not
like
really thinking carefully.
Yeah.
They're thinking more about sprinkles.
Oh yeah, you watched like plenty of moves where it just did something really stupid. and you
It
were
just
able to jump
ate
its
one
pieces.
of the checkers.
Yeah, its own.
Okay.
So then it has one fewer
It
on the
just
board.
ate one of its own checkers. Well, I guess that benefits me.
That's right.
Oh, I beat King Me, Sprinklebot.
Sprinkle.
And it just and it powers down, and as it powers down, you can see there's a little panel on its back, and it has a series of symbols on it.
I turn it around because I'm at the line. I turn around to look at the back.
Okay, all right, sounds good. It shows the following symbols. They all look like emojis, and it shows donut, ice cream dish, Cupcake, ice cream cone.
I'm gonna turn it and aim it at another robot, and I'm gonna push ice cream cone.
Oh, it's not buttons. It's just like a
Oh,
a
it just
series
shows
of pictures. Yeah.
Is there a way I can clear it?
What do you mean by clear it?
Well, is it just like is it part of its like logo, or is it like a computer screen or something?
It's more like a logo kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it just shows those 4 emojis.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what that means.
Fair enough.
But is there a way I can? Oh no, I can't do that. I'm just gonna call it for the next robot, and I'm gonna look over at a green one that's like shooting off like some gelato. I'm gonna say, Gelato bot, I choose you. I challenge you. Get over here.
Nobody responds. There is no gelato bot.
Oh well, okay. Well, maybe I was wrong, or whatever the green bot is.
Let's see. Green is okay. You see one, and he's got these big. He's green. He's got these big giant fists, and you see him standing over what looks like some sort of hard candied material, and he's just punching it to flatten it down. And then he looks up, and as he looks up, his arms come up with him, and now he's just punching the air. Like he just does not stop punching. He's making basically like those little ribbons, the thin ribbons that they put in ice cream sometimes it's caramel or peanut butter or whatever the case. That's his job, right? And he starts to approach, and he says,
Ribbon bot, ribbon bot.
I sit down across my checkerboard.
do another charisma check, see if you can convince him to do checkers.
17.
All right, fair enough. You got me there. All right, yep, he sits down, and he's just punching. And you set out the chessboard very carefully. You said chess, right?
Checkers.
Oh, checker. Okay.
Yes, and you're red, ribbon bot.
Ribbon bot, ribbon bot, ribbon
And
bot.
red is short of peas.
That's true. That is very true.
And then go to play him in checkers.
All
I don't know how good he's gonna be.
No, that's fair. All right, so as you're doing this, I'm going to jump over to the other guys. All right, so you're being pelted.
I'm trying to duck behind another machine.
All right, sounds good. And then you are coming down a slip and you came down a slip and slide and kind of came to the end of that. And you've got the Sherbert bot who's building a wall right in front of you.
Is this trowel attached, or could I disarm it?
Let's say it's disarmable.
I'm going to fight him for it.
All right, fight him for that trowel.
One.
Has to make up for the 20s.
You go to reach up and you immediately slip and fall backwards on the Sherbert. You're picking yourself up from the Sherbert. Is there anything else that you would like to do? You look around the room. You see Donna is nowhere to be seen. You're not sure where she went to. But you do see Kieran, who's ducked behind some machines, and he's getting constantly pelted by frozen fruits.
And you see Julian playing
And Julian
checkers.
is playing checkers against one of the robots.
Well,
with another one turned off right next to him.
Try to proceed to the control room.
Okay, sounds good. So you start making your way to the control room. I'm going to say that you divert Mr. Fruit-tastic's attention. He sees you kind of rush by since Kieran was making his way in that same direction. So I'm going to have you do a flight to dodge out of his attacks.
8.
8. All right, sounds good. So you manage to duck and dive and dodge your way out of the way, which also opens up an opportunity for Kieran now that it's not shooting at him anymore.
How cracked is that Sherbert wall?
Not very cracked.
Okay.
It's still pretty fresh.
Is it in between the control room and...
Yes.
All right. Then I'll also try to duck and dive around.
Okay, sounds good.
6.
Okay, and it's going to be a much easier situation now that, there's a distraction going on. So both of you are able to dive just ever so slightly, just as the bullets of frozen fruit are kind of approaching you. You both dive into the control room. And you find yourselves inside of just a little space. There's walls behind you, and then, of course, there's the wall in front of you, which has a giant TV screen, but there's 2 openings on either side that, someone could enter from. Giant TV screen, and it seems to have a series of codes on it. And what it says is it has all the robots listed: Sprinklebot, Choco Churner, Rocky Road Blocker, Bubblegum Blaster, Sherbert Shuffler, Ribbon Bot, and Mr. Fruit-tastic. Currently, Sprinklebot is in red text. To assume that it's powered down. The other ones are all in green text. They're active, and it shows next to them. It shows each one of them has 4 emojis next to it. And all of a sudden, Dilly Dunkers is standing right next to you guys, and he says, "Oh, you guys have made it to the control room.
What the?
I'm so glad you got here. See, just so you guys know and are aware, we developed our own special coding language. I call it IC++.
And basically, I thought, nobody likes letters and numbers and all of that confusion and whatnot. It'd be so much easier if we just used little pictures. So I programmed an entire language that works off of emojis. So, anyways, each one of the robots has a set of 4 emojis next to or on them that should kind of correspond with what their coding should be. I think the coding might have got a bit glitched and mixed up though, so as you can see, the coding that's on the screen is not the coding that should be on the robot. So if you can fix that, then it should power down the robots and put them back to work like they should be. Sort of reset them. Anyways, I'm gonna...
is there a on and off switch back here, like a full?
No, unfortunately, it all runs off the AI. So no on and off. It's got to be manual. Got to get in there manually. All that good stuff.
Great.
He's like, I gotta go watch this thrilling checkers game that's taking place.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. They're eating pieces
What
and
is
stuff.
he doing?
I think he's taking on a robot in Chickers.
Why?
I don't know, but he powered Sprinklebot down.
He what?
He powered him down. Although, it doesn't mean he's been reprogrammed, but at least he's not hurting anybody.
Can you give him a message for me?
I suppose I could do that.
Just tell him to challenge each one.
All of them?
Yeah.
All
Challenge
right.
each one.
All of a sudden, Dilly Dunkers, he sort of just comes walking up to you, and he's like, hey, question for you. How do you feel about challenging a whole bunch of robots in Chickas?
That's my lifelong dream.
Well, your friends over in the control room all said to just get a bunch of these robots powered down by playing checkers against them.
All right. And Julian cracks his knuckles and gets to playing Punchbot.
All right, sounds good. Roll me a brain.
2.
2. Ooh.
You have all of those tokens, though.
Those are saved for my lucky rabbits.
Punchbot, you make a few wrong moves, whatever the case. Punchbob takes the advantage, or not Punchbot, it's Ribbonbot.
He likes
takes the advantage and immediately just like the second that he has more pieces than you do, he stands up and just punches the whole thing and then goes to punch at you.
I'm behind the line.
Yeah, and as he punches at you, his fist just freezes as it reaches.
Julian shakes his fingers and goes,
Can we
no,
see
no.
his back then if he's turned towards the line?
Sure, yeah.
And
If
see
you
the
guys peek
icons?
out, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like that. You see the following icons: strawberry, cherry,
Oh, you took my pencil.
peanut,
Gotcha.
and
Thanks.
ice cream dish.
So the 4 were strawberry.
Strawberry, cherry, peanut, ice cream dish.
I'm going to let Kieran handle that. He's got all the brains.
Yeah. I'm gonna look back at the code
Yes.
that's on there.
So under Ribbonbot, you actually, what's currently in there is milk, cookie, cake, and sherbet.
All right. What bot has that combination?
Which combination? That one
The-
I just said?
Do any of the bots have that combination on it already?
Strawberry cherry one.
The strawberry cherry peanut ice cream. I'm gonna see if maybe they're just flipped around on.
No.
Okay.
You wonder, you could theoretically just like backspace on one of them and then retype it.
Yeah.
You see a like keyboard, but instead of letters on it and stuff,
It's all
just
the emojis.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right.
I just.
So yep, you go to Ribbonbot, you type in the strawberry, cherry, peanut, and ice cream dish, and you peek back out, and it's like trying to do a punch towards Julian, and it's frozen at the safety line, and then all of a sudden it just goes, and then it kind of walks its way back over to the ribbon section, and then it just like powers down, and then you see it power back up, and it just punches the ribbon.
Is
like
it
it's
green
supposed to.
on the machine then?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, that worked. Do you see the one on that other powered down one? By chance,
It's facing
okay.
me, actually.
Right.
Oh.
I turned it around.
Well, yeah, Kieran doesn't know.
Yeah, so it's facing you guys, actually.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what's the code on that one?
So that one is for Sprinklebot, and the code on it is donut, ice cream dish, cupcake, and ice cream cone. But on the computer, it's listed as milk, lollipop, sherbet, strawberry.
I mean, we were darting the entire time. He's really the only one who knows that.
Well, he looked over and saw it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys know what it is now.
Yeah, okay, then we'll just correct it in the
Type it
system.
in. All right. As you type it in, you're sitting there. Sprinklebot's not that far away. All of a sudden, it kind of, you see a blinking light, and then all of a sudden it powers back up again. It walks back over to the machines and it starts fixing or applying sprinkles to the various ice creams and such that are coming out of the machine, like it's supposed to.
Oh. Hey, Ribbon Bot.
Ribbon Bot.
Come here. I got a task for you.
It kind of looks at you confused, and then it goes back to punching the ribbon.
Dilly, get him to listen.
What do you want from him? He's already been reprogrammed.
Well, if we can use his punching ability to stop the other robots, or give me time to get the other symbols, I could help.
Well, that's a great idea, but they're very singularly programmed.
Oh.
I'm surprised they could even play checkers.
By the way,
I'm surprised you could beat me in checkers.
Kieran is just going to be randomly deleting all the code and trying to retype it randomly.
Oh, just like also, and as you're doing this, it's making the robots on the floor that haven't been reprogrammed yet go even like crazier.
What-
They're just like doing.
What would happen if he deletes
I'm doing one at a time.
and then enters it?
Oh, would that delete the code?
Would that
entirely?
just stop it because it's empty?
You try that and it does not stop them.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
gonna have to get. Hey, robot!
Just to the next one.
Yeah, come play me in checkers.
Your checkers board has been destroyed.
Is Donna still missing?
They don't.
Yeah, Donna's
they
just
don't
disappeared.
know that.
I mean, if you want to keep an eye out for her, if you're like trying to see her.
I was just curious.
Oh, okay.
She's not helping.
Yeah, robot, come here. I've got something for you.
Do a charisma or do a charm.
15.
15. All right. All of a sudden, one of them comes up and he says,
Bubblegum Blaster.
Oh, that's perfect. I have mint gum. And I hold up the gum to him. I say,
Okay.
you want some gum?
It like reaches out, it takes
I
it.
know. I stop.
Oh,
I hold it. I say, first turn around. Do a turn around for me, and then I'll give you the gum.
all right. It does that.
And then I look at the symbol and I shout it out to them.
All right. Sounds good. So Bubblegum Blaster has candy, lollipop, sherbet, and ice cream.
I'm guessing he
Beep,
types
beep,
that in.
boop, boop.
beep.
All right. It walks over and it
Wait,
starts
does it turn around for the gum, or does it just walk away?
It just walks away. It
Oh.
doesn't even.
It got
It was a nice
reprogrammed.
try,
I
though.
feel sad.
No, you are tricking them. That's great.
I'm
So-
so sad he didn't take my gum.
Just as kind of a funny reference, as it walks over, you see what it was working on, and that is it puts all its job is to put those bubblegum eyeballs onto the character ice cream cones that you get from like the ice cream man. And you can see the ones that were coming out as it was all glitchy, and they're like all like messed up all over. And then of course the ones that it's doing now are fixed. And you suddenly realize how those get so messed up when you buy them at the ice cream truck.
Yep.
I guess I yell to the next one and say, "Hey, robot!"
Choco Churner.
Oh, perfect. Come here, Choco Churner.
Choco Churner.
Do we hear the names being across
Yes.
the factory? Okay.
here.
Roll another.
I've got a voucher with your name on it. 8.
All right.
The Cracker Barrel has come full circle.
I'm holding a voucher and waving it up in the air.
Choco Churner just looks at you and he just starts aggressively. He's got kind of like a whirlwind of chocolate. Like it's kind of like when you go to mix something in a mixer and then you like lift the thing if it were still mixing and it just starts shooting chocolate in every direction. He's just doing that.
Oh,
and as he does this, you can see Donna who's ducking in amongst the various machines.
I yell, if you come to get this Cracker Barrel voucher, you could use it to have a half off on the double chocolate fudge Coca-Cola cake.
He does
Oh
not
my
seem
God.
tempted, but that's a great reference.
We'll try to talk Donna into giving us the codes if she's behind them.
Go for it. Do a charm.
Oh, that's not my best quality.
You got that from control room?
Oh, that's a 4.
Oh, exploding dice!
It's
Exploding
explodes.
dice!
A 5.
Five.
Okay. So what are you saying? What are you saying exactly?
Donna, we need the codes off their backs.
She's like, I've got 2 of them. She said, Rocky Roadblocker, ice cream cone, or sorry, dish, cone, peanut, cookie. You type that one in and Rocky Roadblocker resets. And then she says, Mr. Fruitastic, strawberry, cherry, mango, banana. You type that one in, and he resets, and he goes back. He stops firing fruit bullets at you. I think all you have left is Choco Churner and Sherbert Shuffler.
Well, I'm going to don my hard hat.
Oh.
And I'm gonna run in, holding my voucher up, and I'm gonna go, "You're gonna take this voucher, chocolate robot."
Are you just trying to coax him, or are you doing anything?
I'm just running to him, and I'm going to like wave it in front of his face to get his attention. I go, "Think of the double chocolate cake," and I'm gonna try and get his attention. And then when I get it, I'm gonna throw it to the side and then run to the other side.
Like a dog, go fetch.
Go fetch, boy.
All right, do another charm, I guess.
A 9.
A 9.
I could spend one, might make it a 10.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll take that. All right, you manage to get his attention. You throw the voucher off. He goes, chomp, 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 chomp. And then as he's kind of stomping towards it, you can see on the back of his shoulder, you see cookie, milk, cake, cone.
I call that out.
All right, sounds good. And finally, he resets, leaving you just with Sherbert Shuffler, who has now made an entire little cube of hardened sherbet around himself.
He's fortified himself.
Yes.
Oh, well, he's not that dangerous now.
That's true.
I'm just going to walk over to and I guess...
he's in a box.
Yeah, he's in a box.
I'm going to walk over. He's stuck in a box, so it's not really doing
Oxygen is
anything.
like beep, 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 beep.
Hey, Mr. Dunker, you got anything to, like, cut through this box so we could get, like, at least see his back?
I mean, I don't. Again, this is kind of a you guys thing, but I mean, use the hot hat maybe.
Hogan, take the. He's
Take
just
the
gonna
computer.
stand up, just roll up his sleeves, and just walk out there, taking off his hard hat,
Oh snap!
and he's just gonna start
Wham!
slamming it into
Awesome.
it.
Do what is it? The B one, brawn.
Brawn?
Yeah, do
Oh,
brawn.
I've been waiting to use that.
All right.
11.
11.
Out of
All right.
12.
Bam, bam, bam. It starts to crack, and as it does, the crack grows bigger and bigger until a whole like wall section of it shatters. And awkwardly, as if like sitting and going to the bathroom, the robot is currently putting another layer on the opposite side.
It's like that Shining reference where my face is
Oh
there.
yeah, it's Kieran. He's fortifying the wall opposite you, and his whole head just kind of turns around to look at you like, oh.
So I'm facing his back.
You're already facing his back.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to read the symbols and then call it out immediately.
Awesome. So his symbols are sherbet, strawberry, cherry, and mango.
I would have laughed if it was just sherbet.
Hogan,
yeah.
are you typing that in?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, you type that in, and sure enough, sherbet powers down and resets. As he lifts up, he looks at the sherbet
He's
that's
stuck
around
in the
him,
box.
and he just starts to kind of like break it so that it falls down. And then once it's broken, he goes back to his section and starts filling the little pints of sherbet. And you guys have finally finished fixing all of the AI robots. And Dilly Dunker says, all right, well done, everybody. Great teamwork all around. Fantastic work all around. Very well done. You fixed my robots. I'm glad that you technologically savvy kids could help me out with that. Let's get out of here. And he leads you guys to the next room. As he opens up the door to the next room, you guys step inside. You find you're a little bit surprised because you step into what seems like a plain and simple board or meeting room. He asks you all to take a seat, kind of motions to take seats around the area. It's almost like a classroom, kind of like a classroom where you got like the rows of seats, and then he's got a big area here. And he says, well, you guys did it. You made it through all the trials and hazards of my ice cream Satisfactory, and for the most part, you did it all with flying colors. And you worked together, and I think that's really the important thing. So let me ask you this. He looks at each one of you, and then he turns to Julian, and he says, Julian, what would you do for a butterscotch blast-off?
Typically I go to my Cracker Barrel parents' freezer and I open it up and I would just take one out and eat it.
But let me ask you this. What would you be willing to do to get your hands on a butterscotch blaster?
Well, typically my quota is handing out at least 20 vouchers a day, so at least 20 voucher handouts a day.
All right. Okay.
I can spike those numbers up if need be, if my parents are a bit of a challenge or it's the off season, but for the most part, 20's my quota.
All right. Fair enough. Fantastic. Solid answer. We'll get back to that. He turns to Kieran and he says, Kieran, what would you be willing to do for a pint of Kit Kat cookie dough?
I mean, I can do anything, really. I mean, if I'm hungry for it, I don't know, do the dishes, make a meal for the family, anything that really makes it's my sister's favorite flavor, so anything that makes her happy to get it, I'll do it.
Good answer. And then he turns to Hogan and he says, Hogan, let me ask you, what would you be willing to do for a duck fudgers?
I would do literally anything. I'm afraid I would die without them. I am so scared of going a day without a duck fudger.
Oh, man.
I wrote kill.
I'm getting the sense that you'd be willing to get quite violent for a duck fudger.
I would hope it doesn't come to that.
Interesting answer. And then he finally turns to Donna and he says, Donna, what would you be willing to do for a sugar-free citrus pop? And she goes, I don't know. I guess I'd be willing to like maybe put a tweet out about it or an Instagram post, but I'd probably only do like share it by my story. I probably wouldn't do like a full like permanent post, something along those lines. Maybe my Snapchat, but maybe. He goes, oh, right. Well,
You just see the visible confusion on Dunker.
whatever the hell that means. And he says, all right. That was a great question. I know I said that was the last question, but I guess I also had to ask, what was the ice cream treat you guys each came up with?
I know mine.
Yeah, absolutely. Hogan, have at it.
Well, as a sister treat to the duck fudgers, I want to create lemon loonies in the shape of a loon. With vanilla ice cream and hints of lemon and lemon cookies.
I like it. Taking something you're familiar with and changing it into your own spin on it. I like it. Very smart. And also a lemon flavored treat. We don't have a lot of those, but I feel like it's a good direction.
And there's a giant space in the market for a treat based on loons.
That's a very good point. All right. Kieran, what about you? Did you come up with a treat for me?
It took me a while to get the recipe down, but it's something I've made myself many a times. A salted caramel brownie cookie dough.
Oh, all right. Again, taking something that you are a fan of and twisting it into a new creation. All right. Very, very interesting.
He's going to pull out his little box that has
yeah.
He's going to be like, I really do want to see what these things add to the recipe, though. It's a much different flavor from the brownie batter you get at, like, Malwart.
All right. I like the experimentation. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, what page is that recipe on?
Oh no, I can't do anything to Hagen because it was Philip I had the rumor about.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you
Hagen's
can't say anything
immune.
about his grandma.
He's immune.
His grandma's definitely getting his inheritance now.
Yeah, that's true. Oh no.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
dead.
All right, he's fine.
He's fine.
Awesome. And then finally he turns to
Yeah, how
Julian
do you know
and he
that
says,
one?
what about you, Julian? What did you come up with for me?
The rumor.
I thought of, I'm not really the ice cream expert. I don't really know how to make it. I just know what sounds good and what's tasty. And while I was drinking that root beer soda, I had some vanilla ice cream with it. And I thought, what if you could put like vanilla ice cream, but then like put root beer flavoring inside of the middle of it so that when you took a bite of it, it'd be a root beer ice cream blend.
Don't they already have that?
Well, we don't here at Dilly Dunkers. But I see what you mean. Sort of a root beer infused vanilla. So
Like
it's like a
most-
reverse ice cream float.
Yeah.
Ah,
that.
interesting.
So like a reverse root beer float.
all
Where
right.
the ice cream is the float.
Right. Interesting. All right. Well, those are fantastic ideas. What about you, Donna? She's like, I don't know. I was thinking like something easily to walk with. So like, think about the idea of like an ice cream sandwich, except instead of like the normal ice cream sandwich where it's just like a chocolate wafer on top and bottom and then there's ice cream in the middle. What if it was like like an actual sandwich. So like there's different flavored ice creams inside. So like you'd have like not like gross stuff like vegetables and like meat and stuff, but like, you know, just different things on the inside. So it's like multiple layers. Wow, all right. It's quite interesting for sure. All right. Well, whatever the case, that was just kind of a little bit of a test to make sure that you all have the creative vision that I feel like needs to be running this place. But I know that we're at the end. And everybody wants to know who it is that I'm going to insert as the leaders of the Dilly Dunkers Ice Cream Satisfactory. And my answer is all of you. Because I have been running this company myself for far too long. And if there's one thing I've learned in all that time, it's that I can't do it myself. And I'm tired. And I've got other things I want to do. And believe it or not, I'm not all that interested in doing ice cream anymore. I'm also really pretty much fresh out of ideas. So I'm going to go do other things. And I want you guys to each run the factory for me. But I'm going to put you all in very specific positions. Kieran, you're going to be the chief sherbet advisor. You're going to oversee the factory operations. You're going to be the leadership behind the whole thing. Making sure everything's moving properly and being handled creatively. And just making sure that everything's operating as it should be.
Well, I already know. Promotion. Yep, I got it. I got it handled.
All right, you got me figured out.
Look at this.
You're
2
gonna
for
be
one special. Cracker Barrel first, and then you take a stop at the old Dunker ice cream spot. We could do coupons.
Franchising.
2 for 1 special. Franchising. I see opportunities here.
You know what? I'm just going to be appreciative of the fact that you're kicking around all sort of opportunities and things. I'm going to make you the brand ambassador. And you're going to be in charge of all that stuff. Basically everything that you just said, all the public relations.
Oh, crack.
With that being said, Donna's going to take over as the head marketing consultant. It's really hard to say these words in an accent. And she's going to do consultant. And she's going to do all the marketing strategy and all of that kind of stuff, since it's obvious that she's kind of handled that stuff already. And she's like, oh yeah, that's actually what I'm really good at. That's perfect. And then he turns to Hogan and he says, Hogan, you're a tricky one. I'm not going to put you in human resources because that's a dangerous place to put someone that's willing to kill for an ice cream treat. What I am going to put you in front of is I'm going to make you...
I'd make a great. I'd make a great taste tester.
Taste tester.
Oh, inspector
So I wouldn't have to get
products.
hungry.
QR.
That's a very good point. I'll make you quality control, and you'll be the guy that's in charge of making sure that the ice cream that leaves this factory is delicious. Because you can have a brand ambassador, but if your brand sucks because the product sucks, then there's no point even having a brand. So you're the guy that makes sure the brand doesn't suck. And with that, I want to thank you guys all for checking out my factory, and I hope that you'll all sign on to take over this factory as I retire and head out.
Speaking of quality control, you made sure to get the Philip batch taken off the line, right?
Oh yeah, the Scoop Troop just notified me they got Philip out. He's just fine.
So what job is he gonna have?
Oh no, he didn't make it through, so he's gonna get sent back to his grandma.
Okay, so at least his grandma won't take his inheritance. That's good.
Well, I don't have any control over that, but okay. And with that, you guys all take over the massive ice cream and frozen treat company known as Dilly Dunkers Ice Cream Company. Taking over the Satisfactory, maintaining it for years to come, and building the brand and growing the products, and all in all, being a successful group of ice cream entrepreneurs. Thank you guys for playing. This has been Dilly Dunkers Ice Cream Satisfactory, a one-shot Kids on Bikes campaign written by myself. I hope you guys all had fun. I hope you as the listeners had fun listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Dilly Dunkers Ice Cream Satisfactory, a Kids on Bike one-shot campaign created by me, Skylar, and inspired by Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, written by Roald, Dahl. The Kids on Bike system was created by Evil Hat Productions. If you enjoyed our show, be sure to check out our others from Session Zero Heroes, such as our ongoing Benders and Brews show set in the world of Avatar The Last Airbender and using the Avatar Legends system. or our ongoing Dungeons & Dragons series, Criminals of Isla Numis. We also do a variety of one-shots using various other TTRPG systems, such as our Monster of the Week Hunter's Haven series. We're growing and releasing new episodes bi-weekly, so you'll see all sorts of systems and themes in use as we move forward, so be sure to follow, like, and subscribe to our show so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Additionally, it would mean so much to us if you take the time to drop us a review, as it always helps our show continue to grow and get noticed by others out there. Your review might even be read on an episode of our show. Of course, if you're looking to keep up to date on our show and our various other endeavors, you can do so by following us on social media, whether that be Facebook, X, Instagram, or Discord, the links of which are in the episode description. And again, we hope you enjoyed this episode and that you'll join us again next time. So stay curious, stay heroic, until we roll again.